knowledge is given to mankind within the recorded history of the past that there has been communication with beings from other planets within the galaxy. The understanding that spiritual involvement goes hand in hand with physical, emotional, and mental involvement would seem to be a logical assumption. Just as personal responsibility develops at the beginning levels through interaction with other beings, so also it continues as the path of involvement unfolds through experience. Therefore, self-awareness involves itself through choice at greater and greater levels of personal responsibility, interacting with other beings through maintenance of balance of physical creation, meaning the manifested galaxy as a whole. This is accomplished by sharing the responsibilities in cooperation. In other words, there is an organized administrative process in which to become involved as self-awareness and the ability to experience within the universal laws is attained in wisdom through experience. The benevolent beings that have visited our planet and now are indeed present in nearness to this planet are representatives who have volunteered for their own advancement to be part of this administrative focus of galactic maintenance. In order for the expansive energy of creation to continue its outward flow, the individual points of self-awareness must continue within that flow through personal growth. Each must first recognize who and what they are, and then through free will choose when and how to accomplish this within the laws of the universe. The desire to do this is literally programmed into each and every one and continues to call for fulfillment no matter how frustrated and blocked the experience or experiences are. Humanity on this planet is blocked at every turn by denial of this essential knowledge. The knowledge purposefully given has been distorted, and the false idea that man is to use nature rather than cooperate with it is so the example of it could be their teacher. Nature exists in harmony with the laws of the universe. When left to itself, and despite man's intervention and perversion of it, nature keeps on trying. Nature keeps on trying because it contains the same element of programmed push to exist and evolve that is universal within creation. The urge for expansive behavior is present within the living aspect of all creation. Only the self-aware have the privilege of free will. That aspect of privilege contains the pitfalls for exploitation of lesser expressions of creation. The inhabitants of this planet have created luxury and poverty through the use and abuse of the natural resources of this singularly beautiful planet. Distortion and ignorance, whether chosen or thrust upon intelligent beings, bring havoc and imbalance in ever-widening effects. The personal choice to accept responsibility to change this carries the hope of this branch of humanity to transcend all of this. While there is yet opportunity, turning away from this opportunity will carry with it the consequences that naturally accompany it through the law of attraction. Eternity, as this cosmic cycle is called, is a very long sequential time in your counting to learn the lessons. All help possible and beyond the normal process is being given now. The opportunity to literally leap ahead and bridge the lost chances of advancement is available for the taking. It is hoped that as many as possible can and will answer the call. What are called crop circles have caused great curiosity. The previous discussion of the existence of the Galactic Administration of Responsible Maintenance was introduced as a preface for this information. In times of great stress for a planet, not an unusual thing in keeping all within balance, orbits, etc., energy is focused into the various grid systems that maintain orbit and spin velocities and other physical maintenance. It is similar to tuning up your automobile engine to keep it running at peak efficiency. This is done on a regular basis. In the case of your planet, which is under great stress, as even the most sleeping human will acknowledge, this process is going on with increasing regularity. The crop circles are dynamic energy codes that are being sent as usual, but are being made visible as an attempt to awaken humanity to the truth that outside help is maintaining the balance. There have been specific cases of groups sitting in open fields, meditating, and finding a crop circle created around them in moments. These instances were again for the purpose giving the message and took place only within the confines of these special areas, and the particular timing of these transmissions were not caused by the meditating group. The shapes vary with the specific energy patterns being focused. There are particular patterns for restoration in areas that bring forth specific planetary responses. These shapes and places are matched for the response needed. These are not meant to be decoded, but rather to be accepted for their intended purpose. There is knowledge and understanding of the galaxy and is encompassing universal laws available. It has always been available to be known. It is humanity's right to know all of it. That is known as evolvement. This grand opportunity is available for the simple taking of these messages, grasping the truth of the seriousness of the situation and acknowledging that lies and distortions have been perpetrated. Then learning and applying a few simple practical changes in perception through the application of the life energy that is who and what you are can begin. The choice is available now. When the time comes in your awareness of sequential events, remember that divine order does not operate necessarily in that mode. Various situations will appear to have no connection at all to the intended purpose of thwarting the movement of the intended plan. Remember again how a computer graphic completes itself sometimes in linear movement, and then the pattern changes in how it continues to appear. It must also be understood that the format of creation is not flat, but is holographic and dimensional. It is important to understand that those are not intended to be analogous. Manifested creation is holographic in form and dimensional in the context of vibratory variation. In other words, which are woefully inadequate to fully explain, a holographic form can exist in similar but different dimensional variations. Once the inhabitants of Earth accept the truth of the existence of other fellow inhabitants within this galaxy and others, the next great leap of understanding is that within their own galaxy there exists even more variation because each form can have dimensional variations. Further evolvement by way of knowledge and wisdom through applying the knowledge, it is possible to travel between the dimensions as easily as walking through a doorway. In other words, a holographic form can exist in similar but different dimensional variations. When this is understood, then traveling through space becomes comprehensible and does not seem at all impossible. It further explains how people of old regarded past interplanetary visitors as God to be venerated and held in awe, resulting in religious worship. As understood then and perpetrated now by manipulating governmental and religious leaders, indeed the God thing is a hoax. From that perspective, creational energies governed by universal laws through their application and the potentiality that underpins it is a worthy of veneration, honor and awe, but there is no personality to receive worship. There is, however, that intangible, knowledgeable bit of creational energy that is the self-awareness, often called heart feeling, within you. That is worthy of veneration. It is there to be acknowledged, and the power within understanding it used. There are beings that have come through experience to a greater and greater understanding of creation by conceptualizing and applying the laws that allow the use of this marvelous creational energy that do deserve respect. Through their teachings, much can be learned by willing individuals rather than having to spend eons of time learning through trial and error. The greatest of all errors is to worship the teacher or the process rather than venerate the source and participate by acquiring knowledge and wisdom through experience. When mankind on this planet learns the truth of these words, then indeed he shall be free to continue her evolvement. I am a human being becoming. Help me to become. Opens the door for the truth to be accepted. Each must forge their own path through their free will choices, their attitudes, decisions, and acceptance of their personal responsibility to participate in bringing forth a plan for use of the creational energies that are totally available. Each of you now has the opportunity to accept or reject these messages and continue to live as a victim of the plans of the enslavers. Or you could change your attitude and accept the possibility this might be logical truth and something to ponder. Consider and then allow the intangible creation life aspect that enlives each of you to guide you to your decision. The Christian Bible mentions several times that Mary, mother of Emmanuel, pondered things in her heart. In other words, she considered them and felt whether those things were true. If something did not fit within the comfort zone of her current understanding, she at least considered it seriously. Let the process percolate for a time within you. It is suggested that you follow her example and do this in the quiet of prayer time, meditation time, or a long walk contemplating. Then just let things percolate. You will indeed know in your heart if this is an opportunity you want to participate within. Then you must walk your decision and take the appropriate steps to change your consciousness, pursue knowledge, live it, and acquire wisdom. once you each make that decision, there is an entire galactic cheering section that will indeed bring forth resounding joy and shower you with a loving blessing. You have no idea how much they desire you to know the truth and desire to welcome you back into the evolving focus. Praise be our one infinite Creator in the love and the light, and love each other. Love. It really is that simple. Peace be with thee. Peace. Peace.